What's up, guys? Thank you very much for coming back to the channel. This is the monthly haul. This is where we round out September. We look at everything we got this month, and then we prepare for next month. And some really good stuff is coming out. We had a lot of titles this month. I think 27 titles in total that we got in September, which is a ton to add to the collection. We really had some great pieces that came out in September that I'm really excited to show you guys if you haven't watched the weekly haul videos. Anyways, we're also going to be doing a giveaway. So next month's monthly haul videos, that'll be the one for October. We're going to be giving away a digital code for Batman 1989. That's the badass Batman. That's the Batman with Michael Keaton, and the Joker is Jack Nicholson. So that's the good Batman. That's the first movie I ever saw in the movie theater too. That's why we're giving that away. It's just a fun little, Scott tidbit. But anyways, in order for you to get that, so in order for you got to subscribe to the channel. So go ahead, wherever the button is, just subscribe to the channel and then comment in this video below that you subscribed and what your favorite Batman movie is. So comment in the comment section below what your favorite Batman movie is, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll be eligible to win. So do that, and then you're eligible. And then we'll announce the winner at the next monthly haul, so the one for October, that'll be at the end of the month. So you got a whole month to watch this video, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, you know what, I've wasted enough time. Let's get to everything that we picked up in the month of September. All right, guys, bear with me. This is going to be a long one. We have over 25. I think the total amount is 27 items that we picked up in the month of September. September was a good month for the collection. We added some really important titles, and I'm really excited to share all of those with you right now today. So you know what? Let's start with one of the box sets. I don't see any reason why. Let's just get them out of the way, one of them. And this was a random pickup. I saw it at a good price. Found out it was a limited edition print, so I had to get my hands on it. And that is Twin Peaks from Z to A. This is a box set that contains everything Twin Peaks. It's a really cool, I don't know why I kept that in there, but it's a really cool box set. You got the red room right here. You got a cutout. I'll just show you that right there. That kind of sits over here. All of the discs are contained within these little digibook almost holders. I hate digibooks, but it is interesting. So you got everything here. You got the original run of the show, and then you got the limited return series that was on Showtime, I think. But you do get that. You also get this special disc that comes in this sleeve. This is a 4K disc, and this has the original first episode, and then I think the last episode of the limited series, both on 4K. Now this has no HDR, so I haven't gotten a chance to watch this yet, but I'd be curious to see how this looks in 4K without the HDR. And then you just get a lot of stills. This whole thing here, I'll just open it up and show you guys. It comes with these cardboard stills, and there's so many of them, and you can set them up in the red room, and they look really cool. This is an awesome set, guys. I was really excited to get this. There's 25,000 of these in print. So there's a lot out there, but it's not like there's millions out there. I think this is number 1,000 and something, but you do get a certification with this really cool set, guys. If you like Twin Peaks, this thing is awesome looking, and it's gonna look nice on my shelf. I'm excited to watch these, give these a viewing, and then maybe I'll do like a should you buy, is this worth it to find and pick up? But we did get it. It's so awesome. Twin Peaks from Z to A. I'll show you guys the back here. It just has everything in it. But really, if you look at the box, it's just all of these trees. And a really cool set. So Twin Peaks from Z to A. Cool box set we found randomly. We just had to pick it up, add it to the collection. Next up, I'm going to go over some of my boutique pickups this time around. I want to show some of these off. We got some really good stuff, but let's just start with the traditional Blu-ray, and then we'll kind of pivot into some 4K. If you don't know, Amazon was doing an Arrow Video sale this month. A lot of titles were on sale, so we went ahead and took advantage of that, of course. As you see here, we got Edge of the Axe. This is a movie from a Spanish filmmaker. Oh gosh, I'm not even going to try and say his name because I'll butcher it. I'm just not good with names. But, you know, Arrow, as they're wont to do, you got this cool artwork on the outside. You open this puppy up. Original artwork on the inside. And then Arrow sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they slip in these cool little books and just give you a little bit of information about the film. So that is Edge of the Axe, an old slasher film. Come on. The best part of watching these is you get to watch me struggle shutting these things. Edge of the Axe. Following that up from Arrow Video, we got Deep Red. Dario Argento, Deep Red. So, you know, we're keeping it up here with gore and Arrow and foreign horror film. This is Italian horror. Deep Red. Open this up. Take a look at the original art. I love that artwork. I love that cover. I don't know why it's just so cool. But anyways, hey, you know, Dario Argento, you know, he's got his cult fan base, man. People love him. And Arrow has put out a few of his films, Deep Red being one of them. And you know what? It was on sale at Amazon again, so why not pick it up and add it to the collection? Next up, we've got Basket Case, okay? So Basket Case, kind of a fringe horror movie, but take a look at all those special features that are on this. Man, oh man, that's a lot. But, you know, Basket Case, kind of a niche film. Some people think it's a really bad film. But look at that, I love that. The tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad. Nothing like a tiny little terror. But that's the original artwork right there. Basket Case from Arrow Video. There is a limited edition version of this that Arrow put out, but again, this was on sale from Amazon, so I had to take advantage of it. Deadly Manor, we're going to follow that up. This is from the same filmmaker that did Edge of the Axe. So this is the same filmmaker, another slasher movie. Pop that open. There's your original cover. And if you look, there's a little book here. We'll just give that a little view, little book. Deadly Manor. Now that's it for Arrow. Well, that's not it. I'll show you another box set I got here in a second, but I do want to cover Pitch Black 4K Ultra HD. So Arrow Video getting into the 4K game. We last month we had Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon actually got released before Pitch Black. It was supposed to be the other way around, but this got delayed, and when it did, Flash Gordon beat it out. So actually, I think they were supposed to come out at the same time. Now that I think about it. Anyways, regardless, Pitch Black, what a great transfer. What a wonderful, wonderful transfer. Arrow really stepping up and saying, hey, Blue Underground, we know you guys have a reputation for being pretty solid at 4K. We would like to put our ring in the hat. And they did a really, really fantastic job with both Flash Gordon and Pitch Black here. So Pitch Black, Vin Diesel, loaded with special features. Man, I can't even go over all of the special features that are on this. Do wish that this would have had an Atmos track. I have an Atmos setup, so I would have benefited from that. It does not, but that's fine. That's okay. You get the disc. You get a booklet. Again, comes with lots of information about the film. There's also a reversible cover. It's the same as just daylight versus night, so I'm not going to bother with flipping it out. But so excited that Arrow's getting into the 4K market, and I think Tremors is their next US release with 4K. It just got announced today. There's a couple UK only releases in 4K that Arrow's doing that I would love to try and get my hands on. We'll see if we can pull that off. But Pitch Black, 4K, Arrow Video. And then finally from Arrow Video, I was, you know, this was one that I pre-ordered. And I was really, really excited about it. And then it came, and I got even more excited about it because what's in this thing? This is freaking huge, man. This is, I gotta sit it down, it's so big and it shakes the camera. This is the Gamera Complete Collection. This is the Complete Collection Limited Edition, man. This thing is, you can't find it anywhere, and I've heard it's going for a pretty penny on eBay. So if I weren't a collector, you know, I would sell it, but I am. You get so much cool stuff with this. You get this little booklet right here. It has all kinds of information. I'll pull it out just because I want to show you guys what's all in this. Hopefully I don't hit the camera, but check out this artwork. Super cool, right? The inside of the book, I'll just flip through it. Tons and tons of information about the production, about the films, essays, and you get these cool breakdowns of the creatures, what's inside of them, interviews, posters. So much cool stuff in this little booklet that comes in this set. Not only that booklet, but you also get the comics collection. This is like a graphic novel that collects some of, if not all, I don't know if this is all, of the comics, which is pretty cool as well. So that's just a cool addition to the set. And then finally you get the films themselves. I'll move this out of the way. But the films themselves are in this digibook. This thing is super cool too, man. It's got artwork, and then it's got each of the movies in these side pockets here. So cool. Grade A release from Arrow Video, man. This might be the best box set that I've ever purchased. And it's definitely one of the most impressive box sets that I've ever purchased. I know Arrow has done other box sets that are very similar to this. And when they do this, this is grade A stuff, man. This is what sets Arrow apart from some of the other distributors, is the love and care that they put into their releases. This is such a cool set. If you're a fan, this is everything that you would ever want it to be. It's phenomenal. I can't give it a high enough rating. I know it is very, very hard to get, so I can't tell you in good conscience to go spend like $300 on this thing. But what I can say is it's really, really cool. But anyways, Gamera, the complete collection box set from Arrow Video. Dipping into some of the other boutiques that are out there, let's take a look. So from Synapse, we have The Living Dead of the Manchester Morgue. This was a great transfer of this. It was a new transfer. And first of all, just reveling at the artwork on this thing. Super, super cool stuff. You get two different sides of the slipcover, whichever one you want to display. And then you get the Steelbook itself. And this Steelbook, solid, super cool artwork. I mean, that is really, really grade A stuff. And then under here, you get more of it. I don't want to take this up, but basically, this was a new transfer. And there's a lot of information. So in here, you get this little book, and this book details what all went into the restoration. So much love went into this. They had to do part of this restoration. They had to do the 4K scans in Italy because they weren't allowed to take the footage out. So they had to do these scans in Italy. And it's just so cool. Let's take this out. I gave this a watch. This film looked great. It sounded great. And you could tell a lot went into, you also get the audio CD right here, but you could tell a lot went into this. This is a grade A release from Synapse, and this is also another limited edition release. So I don't know if this is still available, but if it is certainly worth a pickup. You get the DVD, the Blu-ray, and an audio CD. And again, if you love this movie, this is a no-brainer, man. This transfer was phenomenal. I'm telling you, go out, give this one a viewing, because you can just tell the love and the care that went into it. You really can. You also get, show you here, a cool poster. And the poster is the artwork. It's upside down. The poster is the artwork that's on the actual Steelbook. Cool stuff, man. I never hang these because I like to just leave them in the sets. I don't know. If you hang yours, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. When you get this bonus stuff, these posters and this, do you leave it in or do you hang it? Because I always leave mine in. It's just personal preference, I guess. But anyways, that is The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. A great pickup, great release from Synapse Films, and I can't highly recommend this enough. If it's still out there, pick this up. It's a great addition to your collection, especially if you're a horror fan. This is one of the, it's certainly a different take on the zombie genre, and it's a very interesting one. So, Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. All right, we have the return of Vestron videos. There hasn't really been a Vestron release in a while. We got two that came out exactly the same time. You got both Shivers and you got Little Monsters. So these two dropped at the same exact time. Shivers is an old David Cronenberg film. I think it was actually his first feature-length film. And it kind of shows when you watch it. It kind of shows that this is the first one he ever did. The effects are kind of bad. I didn't think this transfer was too great. I actually didn't think this transfer was knock your socks off either. And I actually forgot how bad maybe this is a hot take. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I thought this movie was awful. I thought this movie was really, really awful. Fred Savage is great in it. Howie Mandel is about as annoying as you can be in a movie. This was like a low-rent Beetlejuice, in my opinion, but to each their own. Vestron, you know, I'll just pop one of these open. There's no reason to pop them both. You look on the back. There it is. But hey, in Vestron, you get the disc. That's about it. There were digital copies in these, so I was excited to see that. But there's not much else there. I'll show you the back of Shivers as well. And Vestron numbers their releases. I do find that kind of cool because when they're sitting on a shelf, you can put them in order with the numbers. So good stuff there. The 2 Vestron video releases. Hopefully we get more coming. Shivers and Little Monsters. And then Scream Factory. We get into Scream Factory. So I do have 2 Scream Factory releases this time around. And we have one that I didn't know was a Scream Factory release, but apparently they have a distribution deal with IFC for their physical media, and that is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. So this was a film that I randomly watched on YouTube. I didn't know anything, or not YouTube, Netflix. I didn't know anything about it, and boy, were my socks knocked off by this movie. This is a fantastic horror film. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend you give this a try. It takes place within a morgue, and it's really surprisingly good. You get the Blu-ray and the DVD here. I believe that I think there is alternative artwork. Let's see. Oh yeah, just the eye. So you could flip that around even and just have the eye there. It's kind of creepy, kind of cool. Love when Scream Factory does that. But anyways, this is a Scream Factory release. I was surprised when I picked this up. This was a cheap purchase off Amazon that I picked up, and turns out, there you go, Scream Factory, and I have it upside down. Autopsy of Jane Doe. And then the creme de la creme of Scream Factory, the Vincent Price Collection, a reissue of a set that was released earlier. I want to say 2013, but I could be wrong about that. It could have been later. 2013. This is 6 movies on 4 discs. You get The Pit and the Pendulum, The Mask of the Red Death, The Haunted Palace. You get The Fall of the House of Usher, The Abominable Dr. Phibbs, and Witchfinder General. Tons and tons of special features on each of these. And you get a nice little booklet in here that kind of gives you a lot of information on the films. There's an essay in here that talks about Vincent Price and his career and how he kind of got his role in each of these films, but there's cool stills in here. It's just a really, really great set. Kind of reminds you a lot of the Universal Horror Collection sets, if you have any of those. But listen, Vincent Price is a legend, and much respect to him. Vincent Price Collection. I'm going to get into just some random Blu-ray pickups, and then we'll get into the 4K stuff, which I'm really excited to show you guys. But we got the 6 movie collection of Paranormal Activity. Now, I already had 3 of these, but this was on sale, so the price, I just couldn't beat it. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick it up because I don't have the rest. This has everything through the Ghost dimension, so this definitely has up from Paranormal Activity when it was pretty good and new and fresh to when it completely jumped the shark and got super weird. All 6 of those films are in this collection. If I did a should you buy on this, which I don't think I will, the answer would be, of course you should buy, especially at $15. This is an easy you should buy. Look, 3 horror movies that are kind of worth their weight, and actually I thought 4 was pretty good too. 4 horror movies that are worth their weight. And you know what? The marked ones was okay. You know what? You have your opinion on this. I think that for the most part they're pretty decent. Ghost Dimension, super bad, but the other ones are pretty good, are good to great. Paranormal Activity, the 6 movie collection. Another morgue movie, another just random pickup, The Possession of Hannah Grace. You know what? I don't know if this is a good or bad movie. I've seen it. I forget. I think it's a bad movie, but it was like $4, $5 on Amazon. Why not grab it? Take a look at the back. There's like no special features on this thing. You get 1 disc. I did get a digital code, so that was cool. But The Possession of Hannah Grace. Then finally, just a random pickup again. Mimic 3 film set. Mimic 1, the director's cut, Mimic 2, and Mimic 3. Mimic is a Guillermo del Toro film, so that was a little interesting fact. If you didn't know that, there you go. I want to say this is one of his very, very early, if not his first feature film, but it's one that you don't associate with Guillermo del Toro too much. But anyways, this 3-film set just came out this week on Amazon, so I picked it up. I'm excited to get into it, at least Mimic 1. I'm sure 2 and 3 are terrible. Maybe they're not, though. Mimic 3-film set. Now we're going to get into the 4K. Actually, no, we have one more Steelbook before we get into the 4K stuff. And this is an anime series that is, it's an S tier, it's a God tier anime series, in all honesty. It's one of the best anime series ever made. It's one of the most popular anime series ever made. It is certainly different from your Dragon Ball Zs. It is just a different style, and that is Cowboy Bebop. Now, this Steelbook just recently came out. Funimation released this in the United States. This was a Best Buy exclusive for a little while, but now you can get it on Amazon. This is a repackaging of the Blu-ray release that came out several years ago. So if you already have that set and you don't collect Steelbooks, this might not be worth a purchase. It has no additional special features. These are the discs that are in that set. I don't know if the outside of these discs, but I read on Reddit, a lot of people were complaining about the artwork on this. I like this artwork, man. I don't know what's wrong with them. I like it. If you dislike this, let me know why. Maybe you don't like simplistic steelbooks. Maybe I'm just a big fan of simplistic steelbooks, but I love this artwork. I think this is really, really cool. But anyways, when you look at the disc 1 is not going to be in here. It's because it's in my 4K Blu-ray player right now, but disc 2, disc 3, they look like records. Part of what makes this anime so great is the sound of the anime. The music that is associated with it is so great. But this is definitely worth a pickup if you don't have this series already. There's a more robust series out there if you're a huge super fan and you feel like spending $400. You can get a more complete set of this that comes with a lot more goodies. But if you just want this is a good pickup. Cowboy Bebop Steelbook. Now we can get into the 4K stuff. Finally, I'll do normal 4K discs first, and then we'll go through all the Steelbooks that we got. Again, bear with me. This was a pretty large month. We picked up a lot of stuff. First, we got Superman, Man of Tomorrow, a surprisingly good film, a film that I enjoyed very much, and the 4K transfer of this is excellent. It is definitely a step up from the Blu-ray of this. The colors are better, the line, the delineation are all better. This is a different style than what you might be used to with some of the DC animation. It looks more like Archer. If you're familiar with that animation style, that is what you are getting here. This was a surprisingly good semi-origin story. It doesn't mess with Superman's origins as much as it kind of messes with the middle a little bit. It tells a young adult Superman story, but this was actually really, really good. Maybe this is a return to form for DC animation because I do feel like those movies have been lacking lately. But Superman, Man of Tomorrow 4K. We also got Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket in 4K. Really wanted the steelbook of this, but it was not available at Best Buy when I went to pick this up. So I settled for the standard edition. Stanley Kubrick's other releases on 4K have been nothing short of fantastic. 2001: A Space Odyssey and The Shining, both excellent releases. I expect nothing less of Full Metal Jacket, and I will rate this accordingly. I've heard mixed reviews on this, whether or not it is good or great, but I have not heard anything below good. So that gives me something to look forward to. But anyways, Full Metal Jacket 4K UHD. We also picked up something that I've had pre-ordered for a long, long time. I've been waiting for. I was so happy to get, so happy to review, so happy to suggest that you should buy this. Of course you should buy this. We don't even need to watch it. It is the Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection. 4 of some of the greatest movies ever made. I say that. I know that might be controversial. I do not care. Psycho was revolutionary when it came to horror films. It was groundbreaking. The Birds, Vertigo, and Rear Window, which happens to be one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think an incredibly underrated Hitchcock movie. This is a really cool set, I think. You do get 2 versions of Psycho on here. There was also a separate release of Psycho that you could pick up in a standard and steelbook edition from Best Buy. So if you don't want these other movies, you just want Psycho, you can grab that. When we look at this, these discs come in a digibook. I hate this because when you go to pull these discs out, you can't help but get your freaking fingers on them. And then when you go to put them back in, it's almost impossible not to scratch them because of this cardboard right here. So I cannot stand that. Why would you do this? I get you want the aesthetic, the book aesthetic. You want it to look really cool like this, but just come on, man. Studios should know by now this type of crap can damage a disc, and nobody wants to buy a damaged disc. But aside from the packaging, there are tons and tons and tons of special features here on each of these releases. This is an absolute worthy collection for your collection. And I think that every single one of these is an upgrade. The Birds probably looks the worst, but it is still an upgrade from the Blu-ray because that wasn't great either. So the Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection. Now we're going to get into the Steelbooks. We're going to round this out with the Steelbooks. And there's a few of these still. So again, bear with me here. I'll try and go through them as quickly as possible. But we got The Invisible Man. This is all of these, all of these are Best Buy exclusives. The Invisible Man, Elizabeth Moss. Honestly, surprise movie for me. First of all, I love the simplistic artwork on the steelbook. I think it looks fantastic. Doesn't hold fingerprints because it's matte, so you got to give them a big thumbs up on that. But this was such a surprisingly good movie. I had no expectations of this film. There's Elizabeth Moss right there. I had no expectations of this film going in, and I was so very, very pleasantly surprised. A really, really fantastic looking movie in 4K too. HDR does this thing wonders because there's a lot of dark scenes, and it really, really helps and you can really, really see everything pretty clearly. But this is a great Steelbook by Best Buy. I would recommend this for sure. And I would recommend the Steelbook because honestly, I just love the simplistic nature of this. I love the way it looks, and it's different art from what you get if you buy the standard edition. So the Invisible Man Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. We also have Ghost in the Shell. This is a very, very pretty Steelbook. Look at I wish that my camera could do the vibrant colors here justice. It does not. This thing is stunning looking. You get the slipcover of it, 25th anniversary, so you know that. And then you look on the inside. So pretty. This Steelbook is so, so pretty. Sitting on your shelf. When you open it up, this is just green background. It's not really worth taking a look at, but super cool looking package. What's inside is debatable. I'll let you decide. I gave my opinions in the should you buy video on this one, but I don't know if this is worth an upgrade or not. However, the packaging is very beautiful. So if you're a Steelbook collector, why not pick this one up? It's going to look really, really good on your shelf. 21 and 22 Jump Street. I'll be doing a 5-minute should you buy on this one coming up. Short answer, spoilers. Absolutely. Both of these were an upgrade from the Blu-ray, with 22 Jump Street being a huge upgrade from the Blu-ray presentation. This thing looked great, sounded great. Both these have Atmos tracks. Both these are worth it. These are very, very enjoyable movies. They're very good comedies. They're very funny. A lot funnier than I even remembered them being. 22 Jump Street, I thought I remembered that kind of jumping the shark a little bit, not being as good, but it was actually super entertaining. The artwork on the Steelbook is great. This is matte again, so you're not going to get your fingerprints. Cool artwork, almost like comic strip style artwork right there. Really cool. When you look on the inside, never fear, they don't stack the discs. So you gotta love that. 2 movies in one from Best Buy, 21 and 22 Jump Street, 4K Blu-ray. Next up, Home Alone. Here you go. John Hughes, Home Alone, a script, a story that was written by Chris Columbus, also responsible for the Goonies, and you can see it. This was such an enjoyable movie. Home Alone is a freaking classic, okay? Home Alone is a classic, and 4K does it justice. When I watched this, it looked really, really good in 4K. The details are there. The colors are there. This is just great looking. I'll do a 5-minute on this as well. But this Steelbook, I wasn't too excited about this artwork. I didn't think this was really, like, that great. It's there, right? But I don't know. There's something about the greens and stuff that just, like, look kind of gross. I'll take these out. There you go. So anyways, you know, this is it's an okay looking Steelbook. I'm not too keen on the artwork here, but you know, it's white, so it shouldn't show fingerprints too bad. But anyways, Home Alone 4K UHD. Follow that up with Beetlejuice, and this, I love the artwork on this. This is another Best Buy exclusive. This does show fingerprints nasty. I hate it. Take a look on the inside. If we pop this open, there you go. So, was this worth it? Yes, absolutely. I thought this was a very good transfer. I thought this was way better than the Goonies. It came out right at the same time, but this was definitely worth it. Beetlejuice on 4K UHD. Speaking of the Goonies, we also have the Steelbook of the Goonies in 4K. I love the artwork of the Steelbook because, again, it's simplistic, and I love simplistic. Turn it around. Symbol there. Pop it open. Take a look at the inside. You just got the kids. Good release. I wasn't too keen on the 4K transfer of this. I thought there were a lot of spots where it was just super, super dark. You couldn't make a lot of things out. The audio, too, was a little bit of a disappointment because you don't get an upgraded track. You only get the DTS 5.1 track. It is what it is. It's not egregious or anything. It's just not too great. But we got the Goonies, Steelbook, 4K. Following that up, we got Hocus Pocus on 4K Steelbook. I love the artwork on this. I think it's super cool. You know, it's debatable whether or not this is as good of a movie as everybody says it is. Everybody freaking loves this movie. I don't know, man. We'll see. This thing holds your fingerprints. You open it up. And you got the witches. Right there. Full disclosure, this was shipped to me by Best Buy, and it was damaged really, really bad. Best Buy did get me another one, so can't hate them for that. Hocus Pocus. And finally, a movie I've never seen, but I'm excited to get into, Whiplash. This is a 4K Steelbook. This one is also damaged sent to me by Best Buy. I didn't know, so I took everything out, and then come to find out, oh look, it's broken right here. Sweet, that's really cool. So you gotta hate that, but again, love the simplistic look of this Steelbook. Just the drum with the blood there and the whiplash, and then it holds fingerprints though like a mug. You can see that already covering them right there. Whiplash is a movie I've never seen, heard really, really great things about. I do like the artwork on this Steelbook, and I'm excited to add it to my collection and to give it a review. Guys, that is what we got this month. Whew! I am out of breath after going over all that with you guys. So a lot of pickups this month. We're really excited to add all of this stuff to our collection, and we're really excited to see what October has in store for us as well. I think it's going to be another good month. There's a lot of good stuff that's supposed to come out, so we will see. Thank you guys for watching. And again, that giveaway, we're going to be giving away Batman 1989, a digital code for a 4K copy of that. So we're giving that digital code away. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment on this video that you did so. And you are entered in for that, and we'll be giving that away at next month's review. So the October haul video will be announcing the winner of that giveaway. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I will see you guys next time.